So let's get started. Thanks so much for joining me today. As I say, my name is Chris Dicken, and I'm here to talk to you all about SellerDeck Desktop 2016, and we're going to talk about its features, its speed, and its performance, and the improvements that we've got on that. The SellerDeck Desktop 2016 was released at the end of last year, and our first maintenance release is just currently in beta 16.01. So you can, and that's available to test now, and will soon be released, and that's got some further performance improvements as well. But let's talk about 2016 and why we're actually rather excited about it. We're going to start talking today about its features and the new things that are there, the new abilities it's got. It's got some streamlined order processing with the management of orders from eBay, and also a closer integration with PayPal. One little bit of housekeeping I forgot to mention: if anyone's got any questions on your little GoToWebinar control panel thing, you've got a questions panel. Just ask any questions as they occur to you at any point during the presentation, and I will answer them all at the end. So as soon as I say something which you want to me to clarify and answer in greater depth, just pop a little question there and I'll get to those at the end. The presentation itself is going to last about half an hour, and then there'll be time at the end for questions. So anyway, so the streamlined order processing. There's a simplified stock management as well, and we've got some great features there which will save you a lot of time. And that's really a lot of the features that we've got added into 2016 are features which are all about time saving, the stuff you do every day, not just the stuff you do once. There's greater search engine visibility. That's just a continuous change as search engine technology changes. We're always changing the software to keep up with that. And we've got some future-proofing in there, in that we've got this rather good extendable architecture, which means that rather than all your data being locked away and hidden away and not being able to be talked to very easily, we've actually opened it up so people can write their own plugins and extensions, and we'll talk about those. There's some really quite considerable performance improvements too in 2016. I've worked with a few customers who have about 40,000 products, and they've upgraded to 2016 and seen their uploads come down significantly, their upload times. I want to talk about how that all works. There's some two significant changes there, but also performance and reliability. A lot of the sort of regular little annoyances that would slow down, publishers and would cause crashes, have been removed and sorted out with 16. So it's a much more sort of stable and better performing product than previous releases. So that's the sort of context of what I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about the new features that are here. And the first thing I want to talk about is the eBay order management. The way this works, this is actually a plugin or an extension that's it's just finishing beta testing. We've been talking about this for a while, I appreciate, but it has just finished beta testing and is going to be going into production soon, and it'll be available for you to sort of plug in. The way it connects directly to your eBay account and allows you to download any orders that are placed with eBay can be pulled into SellerDeck. And then as you process so you can process all your orders in one place, then as you ship the orders in SellerDeck, the eBay sort of order management system is automatically notified. Yes, it is going to be arriving very, very shortly, and I'll show you where you can where you're going to be able to get that once it's made available. When you install the eBay order management extension, you access it via the settings menu there, settings extension, eBay order management. And you get this panel here up where you can, first of all, you have to sort of, any application you sort of integrate with eBay has to be authenticated. So you get like a unique sort of code from eBay that you have to put in, which means that they talk to each other okay. And you've got to put a few settings in there about stock management. So do you want, when someone orders something on eBay, you download it into SellerDeck, do you want it to decrease the stock level? If so, which field in eBay contains that stock information? So you've got that there too, and you can also control how often eBay sort of refreshes. The orders are refreshed and pulled down into SellerDeck. When you pull them in, you'll see that there's a new channel column just next to order number there, where you can actually, which tells you where the orders come from. So you've got your web orders, you've got your orders, that you enter via new order, which are called Moto, and then you've got your eBay orders there too. So you just double click on that, you can edit it, you can process it like any other order. You then ship it, and that notification is then sent to eBay to say that the order's been fulfilled. As I say, it's in final testing, and as soon as that's available, we'll be notifying you via the email newsletter. The other big area of closer integration with a third party is with PayPal. And again, we wanted to basically save you time on stuff you do every day. And one of the areas which our customers have told us about, which is annoying, is when you receive an order that's been pre-authorized via PayPal and you ship it, you then have to go to PayPal, log in, find the right payment reference, and validate and confirm that payment. But what you've got now within the Progress on Payments tab of the order are some new buttons which will allow you to actually capture payments, any pre-authorized payments when the order's gone. You can ship it. You can just click capture, and that will update PayPal. Similarly, if you have to do a refund or you have to cancel an order, you can do those operations as well directly from SellerDeck rather than having to go to your web browser and log into PayPal. Obviously, if there's anything else you need to do, there's a nice little PayPal account button that'll take you there and log you in automatically. So it's got just a closer integration, hopefully some stuff there that's going to save you time on the operations you do every day. There's also been some other PayPal enhancements last year. These are actually in 14, the latest version of 14, but it's just good to let you know about that now as well. When you go, particularly on PayPal Pro, and you submit, and customers, no, it's not that. This is when you, there's two different versions of PayPal if you're not aware. There's PayPal Express Checkout, where you click the button on the checkout and you can sort of bypass essentially the SellerDeck checkout. And you've got the one where right at the end of once you've gone through the SellerDeck checkout, the standard PayPal website payments, and then you go through to PayPal to confirm the payment. If you do that one and you go through to PayPal, all the delivery address information, if it's different from the billing information, will appear on the PayPal confirmation screen, the payment screens. So you've got all that there. You've got that safety there. But also there's some other with your company logos, it's possible to put those at the top of your PayPal screens, and also at the top of your sort of PayPal invoices that get generated as well. And so there we go. You can have a custom logo. Another thing you might not have been aware of, which is an enhancement, is the contents of the order. It used to just say, order from online store, where it has the sort of order summary, but now it actually does list the individual items in the order there. So you just customers who are paying via PayPal are going to see the orders they've placed. They're going to see the address is going to be delivered to. It's all going to be sort of correct. Just helps reduce some of those cancellations that people get if people get confused. Just help your conversion rates. And if you go to the configure method on the business settings progress and payment screen, you've got some new fields there, which are in 2016. I think they're also in the latest version of version 14, where you can put, if you want a different brand name than your SellerDeck company name, you can put that in, and also any kind of logo images that you want to appear on the payment screen, you can select there. One note about that is they do need to be hosted on a secure server. If they're custom, because obviously the PayPal payment screen is secure. Any images you pull in also need to be accessible via an HTTPS address. There's just a little limitation on that you need to be aware of. So another new feature, we're going to talk about stock management enhancements. This one's quite a big one, which is if you're doing stock control on options, obviously up till now, every sort of permutation, every possible option, if you want to do stock monitor that, you had to have a hidden product hidden away, which is linked to and associated with that permutation. And that's actually been superseded now. You can still do that if you want, but what you'll see within version 16 is in the permutations panel, you've got this stock in hand field and stock control button or checkbox, which means that you can actually stock monitor those individual options there. And you can also give each option a different SKU. Then, so if each of the permutations, relates to a product which has a particular SKU in your inventory system, then you can put that SKU against each option too. So that's done. And also, if any option goes out of stock, you don't have to do a publish to take that option, off the drop-down list or whatever. It'll just happen automatically with the dynamic online stock control. So that is a fantastic enhancement to the stock, which I think was really going to make a big difference to a lot of customers. It's, some might say it is somewhat overdue. I couldn't possibly comment, but it's a cracker, and will genuinely help you. Some other features as well. I've got one customer who I've been dealing with who has been struggling for years because he sells kits, sets of products with it's like a stationary product. We have like a ruler, a pencil sharpener, a set of pencils, and he's always had this issue. Whereas if one of those things goes out of stock, the set is still available on the website. But actually, that's now dealt with 2016 because if any item within that assembly product, pack product, it goes out of stock, then you're not going to, then that product will be marked as, or the pack product will be marked as out of stock as well. And there's just a little tick box there you can do on the, under the, it's like this, what's it called, pricing model on the general panel. You can tick there that it's an assembly product. So if any component within that goes out of stock, then that product needs to be out of stock. And with all this new products going out of stock, there is a little log which is automatically managed and dynamically maintained to help you. So it's a little CSV file. By default, it's called stock-out.csv, which is on your computer, which gets dynamically updated every time an item goes out of stock. And so you'll have a record of what's gone out of stock, when it went out of stock, and that for a lot of people is going to be a easier inventory sort of reference than just looking within the dialogues within the software. So that's there as well, the stock logs. So there's a lot of things there, which will really improve the day-to-day operation of sort of keeping track of what you're selling. A few other such enhancements, as I say, this is just keeping track of Google's latest changes and enhancements. Obviously, Google's very keen on XML sitemaps. We now automatically generate one, which will just be uploaded to your online store folder, which is just like a list, a nicely well-formatted, correctly formatted list, not just nicely formatted, of all the pages in your store, when they were last modified, all that sort of thing. And you can use your Google Webmaster Tools to point at that file, and that gets automatically managed by the SellerDeck system. And also rich snippets. These are, within your HTML, you can have you can use certain tags, which gives special information to Google. And one of the types of information which Google's very interested in is reviews. Now, and particularly reviews from third-party systems like FIFO. And what you can actually do is the reviews which get embedded in your store pages, which was the new feature in 14, are now marked up with these rich snippets. For those of you of a technical bent, they look a bit like this. They are specially formatted code, which says to Google, this product has been awarded by a third party, by a reputable third party, a review of 7 out of 10. And why is that good? Well, you get enough of those, and if you do the right spells and incantations for Google, that's not a technical term, then you can get review star ratings appearing on the search results for that product, which obviously makes the product stand out in the sort of natural search results, and but it also affects the quality of the page. Google's very into quality, i.e. how good, is, how much will this page help the person who's searching. So if your product's very well reviewed, then that's actually seen as being a very positive from a quality point of view, and so that will help that the page with that product on it actually appear higher in the natural search engine listings. So it's all to do with that sort of thing. It's a very technical thing. It's all sort of under the hood, as it were, but it really does help. It can potentially help. If you're using FIFO feedback, it can really help your product pages find their way up the search engine rankings. And all the latest analytics and AdWords sort of conversion tracking and remarketing, universal analytics as well. If you want to integrate with that for Google Analytics, that's all sort of built into the system as well. So if you go to the marketing menu, Google Analytics and AdWords, then you can you can enter all your tracking code that you need for that. Universal Analytics just gives you more sophisticated information in your Google Analytics panel than the sort of standard legacy analytics, so it's well worth sort of making the upgrade, and 2016 can help you do that. The last functionality area I want to touch on is the extendable architecture. This is something for, some of you may be sort of comfortable writing sort of applications in PHP. Some of you might be sort of, a bit much. So I'll just talk about the potential of what these features allow. We've got within the software, for the first time, a proper API. What an API is essentially a way in to the database, an interface. And at the moment, the interface allows you to do to update order details, to read and update order details and stock levels, and it allows proper record locking. That's just a technical way of saying it stops two, orders being updated, the same order being updated by two different people at the same time. And what it means is that our partners and developers have the ability to write their own features to the software. So I know of one partner at the moment who's starting work on an EPOS system, which connects directly in and updates the SellerDeck database with stock level changes and so on. And that is really now much more straightforward with this new API. Anyone who writes a new extension can add links to it in the settings menu, the operations menu, and the help menu, and also add new tabs. And we've got a little development kit available for people who want to have a crack at that. There we are. There's a new tab within the software by default called the Extensions Catalog, and that's where you'll be able to download extensions from, and that's where all currently there's one for a sales dashboard, which I'll show you in a moment, which you can just download and implement. The eBay extension, that's where it's going to be available from, and there's another one that's just about to go live, which is just simply a duplicate link checker. You know that when you generate the store and it says, oh, this page has already been generated, check your file names, and then that's it. What this is a great little plugin that someone's done, which will just tell you if any of your pages have the same name and tell you where to go with much more detail to change that. So for me, that's something that's going to be incredibly useful. There we go. That is what the extensions panel looks like. You see the sales dashboards on there already. You can just download it. You can click more information, download it, and install it straight from there. That's what the sales dashboard looks like. It's a fun and very handy way of just seeing at a glance what you sold, how many you sold, what your most recent orders are, average order value, and so on. And it's a way of seeing that. So it's well worth, if you've got 16, or if you're trying it out, do go to the Extensions Catalog tab and install the Sales Dashboard. And because SellerDeck Desktop, we really sort of think it's kind of the heart of the online business. So we've got all these plugins for which, more, and there's going to be more to come for things like the Sales Dashboard, the eBay integration, and with the PayPal integration, the closer integration with FIFO, the closer integration with Google, we really see SellerDeck Desktop with these new features and enhancements for 2016. It's sort of becoming essentially sort of the heart of the online, but the hub and the heart of your online business, where that's just sort of, where all the sort of important stuff happens, and you can plug in all these systems into that, and it's going to be more to come. So we're quite excited about that, actually. So those are the features. So let's quickly talk about now speed and performance improvements. I mean, there's not much to say on this. It's faster. And the reason it's faster is because we shut our lead developer in a room for 2 weeks and said, make the software faster. And he spent a lot of time just looking at all the sort of, what happens during an upload, what happens during page generation, what are the areas where it slows down, what are the bottlenecks, and we've got rid of a lot of those. The upload merge, that is, it's just heartbreaking when you spend sort of an hour and a half publishing a store only to get an error at the end saying, merge failed, do a refresh. We've actually got rid of the whole concept of a merge now. The whole idea of the merge was, your search index, rather than uploading the whole search index, it would just upload the changes and merge them in online, and that sometimes went wrong. But the thing is, with super fast broadband, you just upload the file. It's only about a meg. It doesn't take that long to upload on a big store, and so we just bypass that. And there's some additions to the if you have a lot of filtering pages, you can control how often those get published as well. But also, as well as the publishing, also on the downloading of orders, if you're just getting little passive errors which don't affect, the integrity of the order, they just get logged in a log now. They don't stop the download. So, if you've got issues, overnight, little passive errors, you won't. It'll still download the orders as they come in, and update the stock levels. And then you can just, read the log at the end and see what's going on. And, there's lots of, lots of issues that have been recorded in the field have been sorted out, as well as that. Every time you do, you get a crash, it sends a little file to us. Well, we get those, and we actually, someone's job is to look at those and deal with those. And we've discovered a lot of, we made a lot of stability improvements just simply based on looking at why the software crashes when it crashes. So it's a lot faster, it's a lot more stable. And yeah, I've certainly, I've been working with a few large, SellerDeck customers and just, helping them with their upgrades, and it is significantly better. So anyway, to recap, and then we'll go on to some questions. So we've got the new features, particularly the streamlining or the order processing with the eBay integration, the PayPal integration, much more simplified stock management, continuing SEO improvements and the extendable architecture. It's faster with quicker uploads, and there's improved performance and stability as well. And those are the real key messages of SellerDeck Desktop 2016. Great new features, which will, speed up the day-to-day use, speed improvements to speed up the publishing, and performance to improve performance and stability. So it will be the reliable and beating heart of your online business. And that's it. I hope you found that all useful. If you want to download the software, you can download a free trial from our site. There's a little free trial link in the black bar on the website. You can get hold of it there. You can do that and to see what your store looks like in 2016. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions at all, I'll be delighted to take them now. You've got a little questions panel. If you can't see the questions panel, but you've got a little sort of strip of buttons at your top right of your screen, that's the GoToWebinar control panel. Click the little red left arrow, that expands it, and you should then be able to see your questions panel. And we've had a question from Sam about, do you have any experience with Magento software? If so, how does it compare? Well, it's actually quite interesting you say that, because we do have experience with that, because our new SellerDeck Cloud platform, which we're talking about, we've had a webinar on that on Tuesday, and we talk about that in the latest Insights magazine, is based on Magento. Yes, I would say we do have quite a lot of experience in that we are starting to implement customer site using it. How does it compare? Well, it's different software for different businesses. Each SellerDeck Desktop and SellerDeck and Magento each have their unique advantages and also unique drawbacks. The main advantage of a SellerDeck Cloud is that it's cloud-based. So if you are a company who has people, a team of sort of 40 people, or even like 12 people dealing with your orders, then having a cloud-based system is a lot more sensible. With the big downside of SellerDeck Cloud is it's actually quite expensive to host. You need a lot of processing power and a lot of for it to run in it, because it runs like a dog on any kind of standard shared hosting system. So you have to have good meaty hosting to do that. So there's costs involved with that. So I hope that answers your question on that, Sam. Andrew's asked, can you get a recording of Tuesday's SellerDeck Cloud webinar? We should record them. If you haven't got a recording of that one, we'll have a recording of a webinar that happened because we do these once a month. I think we did one back in December, so we'll have that one. So I'll find out where that is for you, Andrew, and I'll let you know. But certainly this webinar's recorded, and it will be made available, and I'll let you know where those are as soon as I talk to our website guy about where those are going to be published. But yeah, I mean, I'm just working at the moment on the next email newsletter, and I'll put links into that about where the webinars can be available, can be downloaded and listened to. Any other questions, guys and gals? Well, as I say, the best way to try out SellerDeck 2016 and to find out more is just to give it a spin, install a trial copy, see what you think. It's probably worth getting a hold of actually going to our beta. If you go to the community, there's a link there to the beta download. Download 1601. If you're just going to have a look at it, you can, and that's got all the latest improvements and fixes and functionality changes. That's going to be made available very soon. You'll get an email notification about that, so you can try that out. But I think that's it. Thanks so much for listening. It's been great talking with you, and all the best with your online businesses. Thanks very much.